Testing. Testing. It's definitely Mr. G. Testing. Definitely. It's downfire. Huh? We're supposed to say testing. Testing. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. What's be like? What's the rest of it? Can you hear me? Oh, was it? Y'all, catch me in a different setting. Hello. Yes, catch the setting. Yes, let us soak up the ambiance because we getting comfy. We're getting comfy this week. We're comfy this week. And we're comfortable, comfy. And welcome back to another week. Another installment and another episode of your favorite podcast, Transparent Energy, with your favorite hostesses, with the Mostesses, Lady Baby Dick, and your girl Jordan D. And we're calling from we're recording block from 2215 in Philly. I mean, it gets silly. It gets Philly. It gets Philly and Philly. It gets Philly and Philly. It gets you guys know what it is. You already know, y'all. And we're living in a crazy time. And it's just getting crazy. It's crazy about the day. So we're here to inform you and let you know as we just bring love like that into your homes and important information into your homes each and every week. So stay tuned, stay aware, and always tune in. And I think, again, I want to thank our new subscribers, the ones that definitely viewed and watched the pod, those that have given us feedback, and our DM, our messages, even in person. Thank you for the love. It's just something this week. But yeah, we're back in another week, another installment, and we're definitely, I just said we want to switch up the vibes this week and get very comfortable and cozy. Yes, she did. My girl switched up everything, but Jordan, you're very good with ambiance, settings. You are so good with that. You should really look into. Maybe that's something. Yeah. You know what? Because you're very good with that. And you guys wouldn't believe, like, she does this to the stew. Like, she does this. And we doing this straight to our own stuff. Right. But even though I'm here every week, you know, every time she switches the ambiance, it's like I come to a new place. I do, and I'm not just feel ecstatic. I know you be over me a little bit. No, I actually know it makes me do it more because that's what that's decent. You know, when you want to have a friend that speaks, life into you, and makes you feel like that's what we doing, y'all. That's the only kind of people we want around us. There's people that speak life into us and encourage us to just keep doing it. Like when you give somebody that, it makes them want to do it more. You know what I mean? Of course, we want to be proud of our own selves, of course. But it's also good. It's great when other people are proud of you too. Or other people say, I love that. Or I like what you're doing. Or, you know what I mean? I'm inspired by what you do. Right. Sometimes it's just the little things. And those little things could be the gratitude that sometimes we don't even get from the ones that's close to us. I'm all about the little things kind of girl. Because I know how things that start off little can go into big things, and that can go for either positive or negative things. So remember, it's the little things. They start off like how even if you, like, for instance, you let stuff slide 2 times, you letting it slide, and eventually they will ice skate. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then And then it gets out of control, and then it gets it gets bigger and bigger. But the more you just let it go, but right, we just want to create positive atmospheres, be around positive people, and do positive things. So before we go any further, we can
wait. I don't wait. Not yet. Really quick. I just need to know how you're feeling first this week before we jump into our affirmations. So I can give a disclaimer really quick.
Okay. All right. So listen. Well, me personally, I don't know. I had a good week as far as I be even in the midst of my own personal issues. I always have a tendency to still look at just the brighter side of just life in general. And I'm just thankful again for just everything that comes my way, either good or bad. I'm thankful for my experiences. I'm thankful with my relationship, and I'm proud of how strong my relationship with God is getting, which is making it more easy for me to go through life daily. But I still have been experiencing certain things within my personal life that has been kind of affecting me emotionally. But I'm getting through it. And I'm just happy because, again, I'm in a better space now in my life where I'm able to handle so much stuff differently. Like, and it's just, this is what I mean for me. This is kind of how that peace that surpasses all understanding that they talk about, where no matter what's happening, I'm like, you know what? God got it. You know what I mean? Like, the old me, because I'm dealing with every day the battle between the old me and the new me. I don't think you ever really get rid of the old us in any way, because I think, again, we're always approached daily with decisions that we make, and you don't realize that is that. Like, whatever way you decide to go today is who you're being, or which power you're deciding to go with for the day, whether it be good or bad. And you have to choose that daily. And I just thank God for just where I'm going. And my week's been good. It was good. But like I said, emotionally on some personal stuff, that's about some stuff. Just about how people is. Other than that, how was you?
My week is good. My week is good. My week is good. But I came down with a little bit of something. 6 feet. I did. For some reason, I came down with a little bit of something. But
remember we was talking about it.
I was just about to say it.
But hopefully, like I said, we're not going to speak that. But maybe it's probably a.
Oh yeah, definitely. But what it does for me is it helps me to remind you guys, like, with the new season changing, with the weather changing, like, now is the time you definitely want to have your sanitizer, your masks. I'm somebody who likes to pride myself on, trying to be clean because I don't get sick often. But when I do, for me, it's like, ooh, I got to warn somebody else. I got to warn
right.
I'm coughing.
We're gonna get some.
I got this. But
so y'all, excuse how she do a couple of those today.
Yes,
but we got the lights on. So if I gotta spray the too. In between scenes.
And but yeah, so physically I'm a little bit under the weather, but I'm medicated.
But you're healing.
I'm healing. And I'm medicated,
good,
so
right.
I'm good. We gotta get something to eat after this so I can feel half myself. But on a emotional level, I feel grateful. And I want to tell you why I feel grateful. Because I have a confession to make. Earlier this week, you called me. And you were like, what is going on? you're my friend. This is who you are, and this is who I'm not saying. And I just want to let you know, like, I needed that, and I didn't know I needed that. And I just want to let you know you a dope friend. You real dope. Like, you a dope friend. Like, you like help. Like, I don't know. It was like a reminder for myself. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes we get so used to being by ourselves that all we do is hear our own voice. You know what I mean? And just having a person like you in my life now and being a woman,
Right.
it's like it's kind of like being six and your mom, like right there, like I can't disappoint. Like, hold up, wait a minute, wait a minute, I slipped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just,
But you know, like I said, but to counteract that too, I'm thankful too that you are a person that we can have those kind of conversations, because I want you to do that to me too.
Right.
And I gotta take you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I want you to tell me stuff. You know, but like I said, this is what again comes from us cultivating and building something healthy. You know, like we really created a healthy friendship. Like our friendship is not built off of our trauma. Like we really, and it's funny how you moved up here 3 years ago, and that's when my life changed around 3 years ago. So it's like kind of like we were still in the same perimeter. It wasn't ready yet. It was cooking, but it's like this is how I know. Like I said, just more and more of the confirmations, and just even listening the other day, I knew that you were soaking it in because I could tell. Just even how you hung up, just like, and one thing I love that you are honest with yourself. Like he was like, just even when you said, I was waiting for you to be like. Because at first you was kind of like, and you didn't even say nothing like, but it was like one point you kind of like snapped back at me a little bit like, you're upset. But then he was like, but then when I was just telling you, you know, again, it was coming from a place because I know how, like I know what we talk about, and I just know who you are too. And I just, like I said, I believe a lot of times we are put in each other's lives to let people, especially our friends, people that you love and care for, to let them know who they are. Like you're not supposed to, like real friends are not supposed to let you just, even though you still can make your own choices, that's cool. But at least you'll be happy and say, my girl told. You know what I mean? Instead of not.
I mean, what you said. If you're a friend and you have a friend, soak it up. I come from a place of defensive-ness. You know, with my friends, I was told that I'm the know-it-all. Yeah. You know, and I've learned that can go good and bad.
Yeah. No, but that's not. I think like I said, how I always say, me and you was meant to be arranged up at the right time, right now. Because of the right season in our lives, because we're both able to value it. We're both coming from a different place approaching it, and which is making it so organic that it's like scary. And it's like our prayers are being also answered in the same form, because I've always asked God for this in a way. Like I said, I kept telling even, you know, other people, like, I can't wait till one day I'm gonna have that friend that I'm gonna need, especially that female friend. That I'm gonna need, like I said, like my mom always said, you might have 1 or 2 friends. 3 is pushing it, but 2, God bless you with 2, keep them, you know, because those are who was placed in your life for a reason. And like I said, I don't need one person, one go ride with me. I've always been that kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need, especially being around, but like I said, I come from a season with, you know, being around a lot of different girls. And you know, again, it played its part for the season that it played its part. I'm not in that no more, but yeah, I keep my eyes on her. But we should keep our eyes on me.
And you know what? I can trust her, and I'm grateful for it. And like I said, if you're a strong person, if you're somebody that can relate to our stories. You know, a lot of times we have to remind ourselves because we know it's not our fault, but we also recognize we don't have the people that's really letting us know what we're doing wrong. We don't have the people that's coming out, you know, that's high-fiving us.
That's why some people have stunted their growth by not, first of all, not allowing people to tell them anything, and and not listening, and not trying to.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I had, like I said, I come from that place of hurt where the things that I wanted, I'm getting. Mm-hmm. I'm getting them there.
Yeah.
I'm getting them there.
Like and I'm like so crazy.
I'm very keen on, like I said, I ain't got it all, but I'm very keen on what I know not to touch You
But,
know,
but it's
what-
like an
what not to-
oxymoron. Wait, I'm sorry. But it's like an oxymoron how the world is falling apart and our lives are falling together. Ain't that weird? Like, it's so.
that's everything.
I mean, it's everything.
so crazy,
Or
though.
they gave me chills on that. And it gave me chills, but yeah, that's so. And I'm just like, because I seen something that Harry picking up. Somebody was saying like, "Damn, as soon as I'm getting older, start falling apart." When I was young, and you know, the generations before it was cool, like the '90s and the early 2000s, life was smooth. But now life has been getting crazy. Yeah, but it's crazy. But at the same time, and like
it's getting better. Like
as things fall, how they say, things are falling apart, things are falling together.
And remember when I was talking before we go on?
You gotta get
I know, but remember like I was talking when we were talking yesterday. Was yesterday on the phone, and I was like, I came across something where it was like, even though we are present and seeing the world crumble around us, like as chosen ones, we need this. We need. Unfortunately, we need to see this, but we also have to be reminded. Not to say it won't affect everybody. Not to say we're exempt, but it's not for us to be affected. It's for us to observe it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's for us to actually be able to take, you know what I mean, what's happening now and be able to still keep it in its truth and hopefully be able to pass it. You know what I mean? When you get what I'm saying? It's just like you said.
It's just so organic. It's just so fair. But okay, before we go any further, y'all, let's get tired from we already got it, but it's okay. We got far, but it's okay. We're gonna stop right here.
Little chit chat.
No, but that's perfect. Because listen, we changed around our system. We changed around a little bit, so we doing a little different this week. But let's go. I'm gonna start this week with "We Are," and it's funny because as I was writing these, so I'm gonna follow how I wrote it down. As I was writing these earlier, I meant to pick "we." But I was writing "I am" first because I was just continuing to remind myself I had to make sure that I keep that every day and saying that I am, because I am is such a powerful force, and it's telling the universe that this is mine already. It's already mine. It's here. It's like it's not even in my grasp or my reach. It's here. And yes, I am healed. I'm strong. I'm wise. I'm all that. So. I was writing it down, but I forgot that we are speaking in plural because it's more or less us and you guys. But I want to still read it like this. So we are, I am stronger than ever.
We are, I am stronger than ever.
We are, I am bold.
We are, I am bold.
We are, I am loyal.
We are, I am loyal.
We are, I am prosperous.
We are, I am prosperous.
We are, I am the future.
We are, I am the future. Just fair. I have. Mine's a little, just a smidge different this week because I wanna start speaking, you know, in different levels of my life, of our lives. So I will begin with. And can I take the we and
Go ahead. Yeah.
accept that?
We are.
We feel. I feel healthy and happiness.
We feel. I feel healthy and happiness.
We do. I do. Not shit. Wait. Let me get it right.
It's right.
Because I'm trying to best. I like that. I like that.
See, we got it together.
Right. So the affirmation is: we do not chase, we attract.
So we are. I do. Wait, what? Say it again. We are.
We do not chase, we attract.
Okay. We are.
We
I do not chase. I attract.
awesome. Thank you.
Right.
We speak I speak wealth into existence.
We speak. I speak wealth into existence.
We see, I see abundance all around.
Mhm. We see. I see abundance all around. That's funny because mind you, I wanted to put it the other day, but I was like, I forget it, so I forgot it. But that's crazy. That's what to be. We are abundant, baby.
And finally, we love, I love peace and positivity.
We love. I love peace and positivity. Yes. There you go, guys. So starting off our pod.
I'm gonna get those prefixes.
Yeah, we gonna start saying it every week. Cause I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
I haven't been came for my spirit just today.
It came with the season of the change and blew right over.
Yeah, and right on because as soon as I was saying, then I'm like, and then something said, just read the right thing. So
Because I don't know if you noticed, but we literally had like a 90-day increment, like between like, for some reason it's like every 3 months with us something, either we have a new idea or we have a new addition or something new comes about. And I've noticed that like it's to the point, and I don't know if I probably ever told you that, but it's to the point like I count my seasons every 3 months now. Just doing this.
That's right.
You know, because things are happening and changing so fast. You know that I'm not even gonna look. I can't even look to the physical season change. Like it's kind of like I have to take a account of what I'm doing every day, what I'm doing every week, how I'm feeling about it by going about it. You know, I just think it all ties it together with just good health.
Good. What's going on? So you want to start off with so what you got for some of the topics?
So I don't know if it was high, but I think it was a
little
little
one.
funny.
Exactly.
So we're gonna talk about Oprah. I would just bring up Oprah real quick and Dwayne. Some of y'all call him The Rock. I call him Dwayne because once upon a time me and
You
Dwayne.
look like a Dwayne today. Don't look like a Dwayne.
He don't. But I suppose Oprah. How do you get Oprah and Dwayne? See, and what?
Not really. I mean,
But what we know about Oprah.
but I think that he's been on our show a couple times. I think has he been on Oprah before?
Who ain't been on Oprah? I'm just saying, know what we know about her background and her underground and what she be doing and this, that.
But see, allegedly, but but yeah, that's what they like. I said, she is. It's a lot of alleged stuff that they say about her that's behind closed doors, and so no, but yeah, but go ahead with the
Well, her,
see.
Miss Oprah and Dwayne decided to come together to help create some type of funds for the people in Maui. Now, I can see where that's coming from because you know Dwayne is Samoan, and his people are from Hawaii Islands and stuff like that. So I can see that side as why Dwayne would want to put a funding together.
Mhm.
It's just, you know, I don't see how they teamed up. Maybe I got to do a little bit more research. But the people are outraged. The people are feeling like, why are y'all targeting the working class people? Why are y'all trying to get us to give money in these treacherous times for everyone where people can barely pay rent, where people can barely pay bills, where people can barely get 40 hours a week? You know, why are you targeting us
to help?
And it's not to say we stingy or we just don't have it, but a lot of us are becoming aware that, hey, we still got people out here robbing our daily convenience stores and walking away for free. And y'all want us to start paying money to people over there, the people that we hire over here to help build and excavate half the architecture that we have over here.
And what's the house that didn't get touched? And y'all what?
Yeah. So you know the people are outraged.
I'm outraged.
Oprah, you are one of the world's billionaires. Why don't you just cough up a chunk of?
Bro, I was kind of no shit because I was so old.
Why don't you cough up a chunk of coin?
A chunk of trash.
Right. But I know why she ain't gonna do it, because it's gonna raise suspicion. Oh, you gave that money over there to them in Maui, but what happened to that school that you set up in Africa? And all the girls that got missing. And they still ain't got the girls that's missing.
Where know where they at then?
Oh, we know where they at. We know where they at. It's a lot of island talk that's been circulating.
A lot, because some stuff's about to happen. They about to start getting busted. Stuff's about to start happening though. As the world, like, it's about to be a lot of crazy stuff happening. Like, it's really, but I'm telling you, mark my word, that soon they're gonna start these child traffickers and these kidnappers and this all this harvesting, all this stuff about to start coming to fruition. Stuff is about to start being put out there. It's gonna be people that we never would have guessed. Trust me. And again, like I said, she's been named to be a part of the elites in a lot of these little areas. Like I said, I was so over when it first started happening. How she going around here and handing out pillows?
No, she wasn't.
My whole thing is like, I get it, but
no.
There's a pillow.
No, see, but you know
like
what? The thing is, you get
here,
it.
guys. Here, guys. Like,
I get it. You get it. People like that don't get it. That's why they show up with these heinous items. What am I going to do with a pillow? Eat it? It's no shade. But
like I said, but they want to start giving out this money so they can just tell people to go hear about your business.
like I said,
But also knowing people not going to really donate. So what's the take?
Look, it's more of a cover up. And as you guys know, this is not a laughing matter. Last week we touched bases on what's going on in Maui, and there's a lot of speculation, that come out of that it has been a direct attack on the people, because the people
weren't giving up their land. Yeah, that's what they said.
And a lot of people described it as maybe like a laser or something shooting up from the ground. It was really, really, really bad. But the way I see it is, they're literally like playing the people to our face.
Yeah,
they're playing us.
That's wild.
They're playing us. Like, we don't know Oprah is a billionaire.
Get your billionaire friends together and help these people.
And help them.
All your people houses that ain't burned down. How about y'all get together and help the people out?
Help them people out. So yeah,
it's just a shame they all just so many displaced.
They done dragged Dwayne into it.
Right.
They done drag, but no,
because I said it's only allegedly about Oprah, but again, a lot of stuff just makes sense. She's in these certain circles, and when it's just confirmed, I'm gonna be like, this is crazy. Cause you wouldn't think it, you wouldn't second guess it, but
like you said, when it's confirmed, you heard it here over here at Transparent Energy.
Yeah. But if you do want to help, look, I know there's a lot of different places that you can probably donate. Like
we did no shade. We did our part. We let the people know they got to do what they got to do. We ain't funding to get. We let y'all know. Send the prayers. With love, because we're the ones that's we're the future, like you said. We're gonna have to be cutthroat, with love. We're gonna have to be the ones to say, look, it might hurt your feelings, but you'll see when you get out of that it was the best decision.
Right.
Moving forward, because Oprah and Dwayne, that's not. What is that? I'm gagging.
Yeah, I
don't even know what that is. If it's a fluke, that's what it is.
That was a real, like...
First of all,
if we're going to put this in the hands of the people of Maui, we're going to put this money... What? Y'all know y'all lying.
I just want to know who the heck is still sitting back listening.
So that's your way of saying, got y'all land now, and we still going to pay y'all, but we had to get it this way. Because they're going to try to now make up some laws.
They done took their land and now they panhandling. They going to panhandle us.
Right.
They going to panhandle us.
Right. That don't make no sense. This is crazy. Moving along.
You go.
All right. So,
what you got?
Down text, Miami. Yeah. 770. Well, this has been all over the news. 774 new laws has just went into effect as of 9/1.
Where's
a lot down in Texas? By what's his name, Mayor Abbott.
Okay.
But yes, remember this was already stuff that was being said throughout the year of what he was already going to do, but everything went into effect 9/1. Different laws ranging from um having finally, well, initially they had to be this, but armed guards on campuses, on every school campus now.
Sounds like
due to that, right. Right, but I guess due to all the massacres that's been, all the shootings that's been happening, especially down in that area, um, they're doing this. Also, they have banned a lot of gender affirming care for trans kids, which we already knew they was going to do. But I have a question real quick. Where are these kids that got the surgery?
That is a great question.
Because I think something kept saying, well, if they're trying to stop these gender, because I keep hearing surgery for kids, and I'm trying to understand what kids are having. Because I mean, even the parents I do know and hear of, they're not letting their kids have no surgery.
See, what I'm thinking it is once you go under medical or medication, certain medications,
only thing they should be doing is getting testosterone for the females, for the trans women. They should be getting only blockers, and I don't know for the trans men.
Right. Maybe they probably just get a little bit shot. We don't know.
I'm sorry, guys. Maybe y'all can let us know.
Right.
But guys, let us know.
Definitely feel free to let us know.
But I'm like I said, because for trans women, it's a little bit different. We got testosterone blockers in it.
Yeah, but I think they probably relate that to after a certain time on the medication, as we all know, your body physically changes. So I think they may equate that, which is a dramatization, I think, to surgeries without going up under anesthetic.
Changing the body anatomy of the child. They're trying to say, like, I don't know, but that's still somebody else's child's business. But again, I do understand that there's a certain age that you want a child to be. But again, how you going to tell somebody what they feel like or who they are at whatever age they decide to be there? And if you're not accepting, you're not accepting. It's okay. But again, they're really trying to push this agenda that first of all, this trans kids has just started being more put out there as of recently. In these last couple of years, they haven't really even talked about trans kids for a long time. They don't talk about it. It's just started becoming a thing in this generation where they actually started having more conversations around trans kids.
See,
so it's not even like this is a norm. So for them to be saying, "Oh, it's so many trans kids with surgery," this is stop.
Right, stop making stuff up because
that's right. Now y'all playing.
You're making stuff up, and I'm just going to piggyback off of what you said. This is not the norm. I do not know the terminology trans kid. I was not a trans kid. I did not know any trans kids. Okay.
Yeah,
we were just the kids.
Right. And we're not any teens, but
right.
But still,
even in coming into the scene,
you're talking about like 7. Like probably from 6 on up, or maybe a little younger, probably 5 on up.
No, we all know nobody's letting their 7 to 9-year-old child go out and be around people with worldly experience to influence them.
Right.
And if you don't know that,
you shouldn't be,
or shouldn't be, right? But if you don't know that, then
parents don't care.
Tell us where you're from,
right? Okay,
but
like I said, but on top of just stopping that, they've stopped all the programs in any university, all universities, diversity programs, and that's not just for the LGBTQ, that's for Black, brown folks, that's for all any diversity programs shut down. Any diversity and equity programs are shut down.
That's terrible.
So meaning that there's going to be no service, no help, no training for anyone provided, none provided at all. Yeah, so it's just like a strict one-way rule.
It's going to be a slap in their face. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah, I just because something like that.
They're taking all this stuff away, and the way I can see it, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but the way I see it is, you're taking all this stuff away. Who do you think is really going to step in and really live or support or stay and flourish.
Right.
Remember what I was talking about was 2 weeks ago where I told you what the mayor did in Florida. He basically exonerated all the, I don't want to say foreigners, but the people who weren't from whatever part of Florida it was, predominantly the Mexicans and the Dominicans, or the people who had came over, which are the people who basically keep the hotels afloat, run their restaurants, basically told them they cannot work there. And it's just like, what do you think? What do y'all think? That's how you know it's a whole bunch of old cuckoo people.
And I seen a status too about that. See, that thing you said that because I seen a status that said that it's not just the word is a problem. It's a lot of old farts behind these walls making these rules, making these regulations, keep getting these heart transplants over and over again so they can live for forever, so they can keep the world going into a sick place.
Oh my God!
Because that's what they was saying. They want to keep you. That's why they're using these young kids and trying to find these young kids and get these people so they can get their DNA and get their stuff so they can mimic it so it can be for them. This is the sick stuff that's going on right now behind closed doors for real. And it's sick because, like you said, it's a whole bunch of old, excuse my language, white people behind this door that's making all these drastic, weird, and it's all contradicting.
How many heart transplants they get?
A million, gazillion at this point. And they still living. Let me tell you about it for real. What they call with the Ross shot?
My girl said, she said y'all keep getting these heart transplants over and over and over.
Trying to live again. Trying to do it. Trying to do it to us.
Trying to keep living. Like, come on. Let somebody else live.
Y'all is not knowing when to pass the torch.
My God.
It's the torch.
Yo. They said it's that time again.
It's that time again. Like, not knowing when to pass the torch and just letting other people, we gotta stop. This has got to stop. Because, like I said, these, them down in Texas, these is crazy. Like I said, and even in the mayor in Florida, like, they are just doing crazy stuff. Like I said, they gotta be pawns and plants too for the way this world is, I guess, got to be orchestrated for its destruction, because this is all I see is just, like I said, stuff just backfiring. Just stuff backfiring. People, riots, just people wilding out. Violence, danger. I just, the stuff that's happening now, and then, like I said, just so much stuff is happening. But, also, even, like I said, because now that we know that electric cars is really a thing. It had been a thing for a while. Now, they're trying to say, because a lot of people, I didn't know that a lot of people don't even pay gas tax for their electric cars. I didn't know that. I guess because they don't. I didn't even know there was a gas tax, but I guess gas tax is what?
I don't know.
Right. So anyway,
gas tax?
Right? Who knows? But I didn't know. But I'm guessing. I guess a gas tax is you getting gas for your car happens to,
or it's just them finding a way to tax everything for no reason.
Because you gotta
say the tax.
Yep. That was so cute. It was an eye roll for me. For the sake of tax. So that's really what they just told you. Now, if you got an electric car, your car will cost $200 to $400 more for registration fees a year. $200, I guess, for old cars if it was already. If you already had it, $400 for new cars. They're just, like I said, they're just trying to find more ways to get around, just get more money. It's just so much going on. And like I said, do we think now it's just a question of, is this stuff going to start affecting our states and our laws?
Well, you know what? To become completely transparent, there is definitely a strong possibility here. That it could affect our laws, because when you factor in when laws change and people, in a sense, can't do anything about it, they move out. So we're talking maybe people moving in.
Like how the people in New York is. Or there are people in New York today, because mind you, my friend just told me, it started to control, but my friend just told me about that he said it's really the people, the migrants is really in New York, just all over the streets. Like they just on a, they got the it's just he said they be drinking. It's really just a whole bunch. He said in there every borough.
Well, remember what I told you back in probably February that a lot of those people that came over are undercover military, let's say combat fighters or whatever, because we know what's going on with the government, and the government is fleeing and has fled, left a lot of people with selenate, millions and leave them. What the government fear is exactly that everybody's going to wake up. We're going to recognize their, full of it, and we're going to all not only revolt,
uprise,
but it's not going to be segregated, because now you have white people and black people that do recognize, look, it's not even about our color. We all got the same effing issues, and that's what they fear, because we already know one of their strategic ways is to conquer and divide. Yeah. And they do that almost perfectly.
I mean,
with racism.
Perfectly.
So
with racism, sexism, with everything.
So with them, in a sense, securing themselves, fearing the uprise, they had these militants, and this is alleged allegations that they had these people come in and say that they were foreigners to second and third, but these people are put here in place right in front of our face for when we uprise. They're, I guess, built to handle the public unruly, in a sense, like martial law. Like they're there to make sure everything still goes. Isn't that something crazy?
Yeah, like I said, but who knows? But that's like I said, that's alleged. And that could be their possibility.
And alleged, right? Like, because at this point, they've been here for months. Right. Why are there people in the streets?
And then, like I said, and if this BRICS currency when it goes into effect, they say, well, supposedly allegedly in November.
Yes.
Then baby, I think we all gonna be looking alike. Rich, I mean, celebrities and not celebrities. You already see that they already still on their strike. The writer's strike, so a lot of celebrities aren't really making no money, don't got no jobs. It's seeming like now everybody's about to be at one level. Like, we all gonna be saying the same, like how that man sat on the darn train, even though he said he might be on the same boat. Wait, no, we said we all might be on the same boat, but different something.
I remember.
I forgot. But anyway, but something in that notion, but I forgot what the man said, but he said some guy said something, so it's one word. He said, no, we may have all the same something, but it was so good.
Yeah, remember? It was something like it was like...
But we all different in both. We have the same storm. Right. We all the same storm, we all different boats. Yeah. Like some want some yacht, some people want a yacht, some people want to do what? Some people want a canoe. Some people want a motorboat. But again, we all going through the same storm, but again, like I said, soon I think it's going to be a real big we thing, because it's going to really be affecting everybody. Like the world is going,
and that doesn't surprise me, because as much as we speak our affirmations, because we are the people.
And we are connected. No,
right. We are connected. It's not going to surprise us. We already know over here, Transparent Energy. This is exactly who we are.
That's why they say don't wish bad. Because again, people don't realize we are connected. When you wish bad on somebody else, you just give that back to you. You know what I'm saying? Especially regardless of what we wish for, like real bad, there's something we kind of put somebody in place and let them know, like, if you don't stop, something. You know what I mean? But when you kind of wish bad and really like curse people and do stuff like that, yeah, just know that
you need healing.
Yeah, you need healing. Chilling. But you got anything else?
Yeah, I do. So speaking of taking things down, California laws removes house insurance. Woo! So if you live in California, you don't. They taking everything everywhere. So residents in California, are getting ready to suffer greatly due to no more sales in house insurance. State Farm, Allstate, Farmers, and AIG, they all said they would stop their sales, their new policies, and every contract they have due to citing headwinds that have everything to do with economic growth, agriculture, and get this, catastrophic weather events. But that's what I think it's all about because I don't know if you knew, but if you guys didn't know, there are some things going on in California that a lot of people are not talking about. There's no news coverage really coming from California. Not to say Maui was a distraction, but there are things going in California. There are these earthquakes that have been happening more than recurring. Right. I think there's recurring, speaking for crowd, I think there's a hurricane. What's her name? Hurricane Rebecca. There's a hurricane. There's a hurricane over there in California right now, and I guess California lies on what they call the San Andreas Fault, which is like plates of ground under the water, and they move and they create fissures, which create earthquakes and stuff. But California lies directly on the fault, so that when the fault moves, there's a potential that a large chunk of California could actually break off because it's on the fault. And I think the people with power, I think they know this, and they're kind of like looking out and telling certain people, or because it's all about money, they're pulling out all their investments. Mm-hmm. So because they know these catastrophic weather events are happening and are going to be,
like I said, pay attention to what the people is doing. That's why you see a lot of farewell. Like I see a lot of celebrities having farewell concerts. They know what's about to pop off. A lot of people know what's about to pop off, and this is scary. Right? It's scary because it's like any day now. We don't know what can happen any day now.
Well, I know what's about to happen soon is that it's about to be a lot of homeless residents in California because they still got their wildfires.
That's been another thing that's been causing chaos too.
And a lot of people over there, I'm sure, with their beachfronts and everything, rely on their insurance. Rely on their home.
And remember, them houses, you got to get tornado insurance, earthquake insurance, hurricane insurance, water, flood insurance, right. All kind of insurance. So it's like 5 or 6 different insurances for like them big mansions.
Excuse me. But yeah, they're taking it all. It is. It's about to go down. And it's a ricochet effect if you look at it. You were just talking about Texas. Now it's California.
That's what I'm right. So,
you know what I mean?
Well, Florida too. So I believe it was Florida first doing this crazy stuff. Florida and Texas are these sisters. So they in this together. They in this together. And then, like you said, Cali is starting to get it. So what's next? And not even that, but New York has been cutting up too. It's just like a lot. It's a lot going on. What seems like everything is just going up. And like I said, I think it's going to get to a point where they want people to be homeless so they can have everybody depend on the government in some way, somehow. Where they going to house everybody in one place somewhere. We'll try to get people off the street.
Go back to the map of the projects, but cut down.
This is something.
But it's not. We know it's not going to happen. They can and that's what they've been doing. They can rewrite, re-script.
Or a lot of this panic stuff too. Let's be mindful. I mean, not saying that a lot of stuff's not going to happen. Some of the stuff is going to happen, but I'm a member too, y'all. We got to be mindful. That's why I said we're keeping you guys informed on stuff, keeping you guys up to date too, because again, and just in case, because sometimes they, do want to cause some of this hysteria, but again, we have to remember that it's just not hysteria too.
Right.
A lot of this stuff is very, really about to happen.
Yeah. Especially the whole BRICS currency. Now, if anything else it's up in the world, up in the air, you can't be so sure. Be sure that this BRICS currency is
it's the new thing.
It's really, and I'm not going to say it's the new world order because I feel that's something totally different. Mm-hmm. I feel like that.
But this is starting to be the agenda.
But this is the first flip of what I feel something good to happen. Even if it sounds bad, even if it is bad, we all know it has to get a little dirty before you can polish it off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like, this BRICS currency is really something to pay attention to because we're all going to be affected. I don't know if I told you, I had a dream. I walked into the store and a 12 dozen of eggs was $30.99. $30.99. I don't know what that meant, but when we talk, we know what we mean when we come from. But I seen that. Not to mention the blackout that's about to happen because they said it was going to happen in the cold months. So some
be a weird day.
yeah
Gotta really start.
Yeah.
Start together.
yeah yeah.
Like for real, y'all. Because even but honestly, I have been starting to put little stuff to the side, like it's like one of those toilet paper stuff. That's like we'll go on a weekly little. So I'm gonna get some of them, and I've been stocking them up. It's time to start getting some candles.
It's time to stock up
And if you can, get you a let's see, I'm kind of scared of that. Look at some things called. It's really right there. Because if your house the only house lit on the baby, they coming there. But see, but you know what? See, we live in the Northeast, so I can probably have one. So we won't do it. This house. We have one there, right?
but say you scared. You know what you should be scared of though? This patent. Google Google US 6506148 space B2. That is the patent that they use to
Brace yourself.
mind control. They have a patent that talks about what electromagnetic waves they use, how much they use in order to, basically live in our minds subliminally. We all know we all have that. We all have what I like to say a subliminal in our mind. Kind of like next to the conscious or whatever. They found a way to use electromagnetic fields to penetrate the depths of our mind to live there and program us to do what they want us to do, i.e., with the music. And you brought that up last week when we were talking about that.
And I got somebody on my list this week.
Okay.
But let me let you finish that though. Finish that.
And it just so it just so happens that it goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? The electromagnetic waves that we get from listening to our cell phones, microwaves, TVs, computers, everything is AI, everything is technology, and
just like how you see it, like when you are like when you're on your phone and you looking for like other stuff, and then it just keep popping up on your ads on Facebook or Instagram. But we've already been saying this, and they just say get to a point where even like your phone be able to know what you're talking about, thinking, and
or
all kind of crazy.
Or if you're out and about. How me and Jordan is sometimes, and we just soak up the environment that wherever we are. You ever notice how there are more people, even out in public, walking with their heads down because they're so programmed to be in their phones that if you're just looking, you do like this and pan over your own vision, you really won't see any eyes because everyone is so programmed to,
I'm glad we got a taste of the good old days before it got to this point.
Yes,
because I think it's actually also agenda against them wanting people to have interactions with each other. I think allegedly that's what COVID was a part too. I think COVID being a big part in them wanting to start creating a separation of people having human interaction. I think anything really human, they don't want anything natural, anything organic, they don't really want in this new world that they're trying to create. They want everything that they can control, even if it's down to people. That's why obviously they've been doing it for years. They've been trying to do it to kill all these facts, all this scam, but they've been trying to control it. Like I said, even to this mind thing, like I said, it goes to show you that everything that, like how we said, like how they say, you have to be careful what you consume, not just what you eat, but what you watch, what you listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like really, like our portals, are our eyes, ears, like stuff like that. Like you have to be aware of what you are soaking in because they are getting into our minds through these things. And it's funny, it's just crazy how because that's why these kids ain't outside. Have you all been out? Do you see any kids? Summers are not summers no more. Kids are in the house on their laptops, on their phones, paying it. They ain't worrying about coming outside. They like outside. We watching TV. We look, we on Instagram. We on Facebook. We worry about somebody else's business instead of having our own going on. And it's crazy. And it's like we've already been being manipulated and controlled for real. And I think it's really been. But I'm thankful for the people that are starting to wake up. And I hope that more and more. And I will not even hope there are going to be more and more people waking up. And again, as more people are waking up, this is what's going to start causing the, the counteraction of, like I said, them starting to try to shut stuff down and try to confine us because they know that you know what I mean, they're going to limit us to certain things. They don't want us to have the freedom and really want us to have the awareness.
Yeah, but we people down here know that we all don't get what we want, and to see they should know that too, according to the law of nature. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Well, on top of that, being as though we touched on this, and we're gonna go a little bit of time, but we'll go time today. That's fine. Okay, let's go this. Yeah. Okay, so remember last week we talked about how music had a big, well, how music already has a big, because we just talked about that, how music has a big, giant influence on our culture, on our generation, on our kids. Well, I'm going to one artist, but I'm gonna talk about also about how we talk about Sexy Red, and some other lady went viral this week for talking about it too, and she had another opinion about it, but I think it was on point. But Doja Cat got a new song, and it's called Demon. Demon, and it's #1 on the charts. And of course, so many people are like, "Yes, it's so artistic. Yes, it's so Doja. It's so Of course, it's the but listen, but this visual, you probably will see the visual through our clips, but the visual of this lady, and she's like an all black. She got like the demonic ears, and her eyes are red. It's very very demonic looking, very scary. I don't know. I didn't listen to the song. I didn't watch even the thing. I don't even want to talk about it because I hate it. I don't like even sticking the word demon out my mouth for real, but they are real, and it's real. And the fact that these are the agendas that are getting pushed. Y'all talking about Jasmine? These demonic agendas are like they're hidden in plain sight. They're hidden in plain sight now. They're not hiding it no more. It's just like, let's just put it out there. We want our kids to soak it up. This stuff, like, we don't realize the stuff that is really being put out here, and you have to be a real responsible, especially if you have kids around this time, to really be on your kids. Like, this is the time to really make sure. Like, I know we wanted to be them parents that weren't like our parents because we figure our parents were strict and a little hard on us. But truthfully, I wouldn't take it back the way my mom was on me, right? Because I didn't get away with nothing. My mom literally, I don't know how her and God had a good relationship because she knew everywhere I hid anything. She went through my room. She went through my private stuff. I mean, of course, we want to give our children privacy. We want to give people privacy. But there's still nothing wrong with being old school and making sure that you kind of dip and dab a little bit and see what's up. Because you have to. Because people, like even being an adult, you got to sometimes do a little snooping. Because you don't know who you're dealing with. You gotta do some background checks. You might gotta go through a phone or two. You might gotta do what you gotta do because, like, these people, you don't know these people, and sometimes you don't even know your own children, and you don't know your people. So we gotta be careful of what.
I will say this: I do believe Doja is an entity. I do believe she is an entity. Just like I believe Lady Gaga is an entity.
That was me like instant. What I got for?
Okay, so word is everybody said like how you said, like the demon and the costumes and all that. One thing I learned, or what I'm trying to learn and decipher at the same time and use my discernment that God gave me, is to take everything with a grain of salt and to unlearn a lot, if not everything, that I've already learned or what they're telling us. So, in a sense, and I'm one of those optimistic, open-minded thinkers. So, I'm somebody I would sit back and I would say, Doja might not be a demon. She might just be from a realm that cohabited together, hear me out. Because I feel like we come from, I'm speaking of artistry right now, we come from creativity, from trendsetters, you know. So and that creativity you can go as far as bizarre. But then there are some things that are literally just out of this world. And when I think out of this world, she and Lady Gaga, in my opinion, are out of this two out of this world to be people. So I personally think they are the examples of different entities that we've been told are aliens slash or demons that are being played out right in front of our face. And the fact that I'm seeing it more, not more so, but in the sense because with every new, let's say, alien or demon that they put out, it's always they show a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I've seen Lady Gaga go from bizarre to keep it under wraps to full collective. I have yet to see Doja Cat conceal the fact that she got reptilian eyes or the fact that she's just comfortable not looking like a human. And I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt and say she's trying to tell us something.
I don't know, but I do know, like how we already said, that guys, we will be right back. All right, we are back.
That was a little brief.
I'll go quick intermission. But what was you saying? Okay, yeah, but back to Miss Cat, Miss Doja Cat. But yes, they this song is number one. Again, we are in this era where this music has gotten because again this lady had went viral. The switch just even off topic real quick. But this lady had went viral this week for speaking about Sexy Red and how saying that Sexy Red is a plant. A Sexy Red is a plant for the industry or something to further push the.
Me otherwise, the Sexy Red is not an industry plant that was put here to help finalize the destroying of the black woman image. They was already had us under attack, and she was here to just finalize the process. The way they
Sexy Red and it's that like that's not it. It's
well, how old is this girl?
Who's Sexy Red?
Yeah.
I don't know right off hand, but she gotta get her own 20s. I think she like her own 20s. But the lady was just saying how she made a few good points, and we can't deny it. Like she said, we've had a lot of dancing songs in our generation. We had a lot of dancing songs, a lot of songs. She was like from Kaya to Trina, I could add like I said, we said Lil Kim, R. Kelly, all kind of people. They even got nasty on these tracks. You know, it's nothing new. But again, there's a certain, like she said, she called it trash. She called it like something stank trash music, like something like it's to the point where, like I said, it's not even no respect in it. Like, and for you to kind of, for like how they said, yes, the music is, I guess, for those that like it, but do you really like that kind of music? Like, do you really want to be associated with being that kind of person? And again, I like, you know, I love a person being different and being creative and being, you know, about their craft. But again, it does kind of, it makes people, it puts out that the idea that you don't have to do much to be an artist nowadays. Like you can just get on the track and say, like said, sucker, pussy,
to me,
and you can blow up, and you don't gotta have no morals, no respect.
You don't have to do much for somebody like me, and this is probably why I'm not famous with all my little artistic talents. All my artistic talents, they're not little. Because I think it would be a lot for me to go into an industry with what I have already. For somebody to say, no, don't do that. Get on there and tell the people how you had an STD one time and you'll get another. And we'll give.
But it says she's been very vocal about that.
Let me tell you something. She lost me with that song. That I said she lost me with that.
I'm done.
I'm done. And I'm telling you, just like my lifestyle changed in a sense, that's how I feel about that music.
Yeah.
Because I am not against female empowerment, whether it comes from a soft place, a rock place, or a hardcore place. You know, I'm definitely not against that. However, I am against trifling women. I'm against a nasty woman.
Yeah.
I'm against you know what I mean? The way I value women are in a sense we're those beautiful gatekeepers in which if you rub us the right way, you'll get exactly, if not that and more. You know what I mean? Where is the dignity in just saying everything? Everything. There's no dignity when you say everything. At some point, it's not being transparent. At some point, I don't think it's being very much like, oh, she keeping it real,
authentic.
No, she's keeping it nasty. She's keeping it nasty.
And again, like how we said last week, a lot of them wouldn't let their own kids listen to it. So why you let other kids? But remember, there was a video that went viral where Suki was saying how she sold her soul and she was crying and stuff, and that video has resurfaced again. So people are trying to say like, did she snap? Was it a moment of her truth, but then she had to finish her contract out? Because again, just because you got on here and cried don't mean
it's
over with.
Well, when you sign, I don't know if you know, but when you sign over, the contract is over when you're dead, even if you have to sit in jail. So the contract ain't over. What it is they see her. If they already had her invested and had her. Now that she's weeping and saying, she's only suffering from the guilt that now she has to put in more work.
Yes,
that she thought, and a lot of that work is probably what she doesn't want to do. Remember when
she go with what's his name? Umar.
Mm-hmm.
She go with him now.
But remember when I told you, I believe I sent you a video and I told you, and you were shocked that I told you that I said I found some footage that Suki is ready to change her whole thing.
Yeah. You remember you sent it to me? What's her real name?
Suki with the good coochie, and until she rebrands herself, that's what she will always.
But like you said, but can she? Since she already said she.
Well, if she sold it right, she can.
Or is that why she came back out more with a vengeance now and as a part of Sexy Red and Santana and Summer's crew?
All she's doing, no shade, is prolonging her life because they already see she wanted to be done. They said, okay, but if it be done, all of that comes back. Your riches, your kids' insurance, and you know what I mean? Just given what we know what's going on in the world. So the only thing for her to do, especially if her followers caught wind of like, oh, she finna change quickly, not fucking with her no more. Excuse my French, not messing with her no more. So it could have been an incline in, sales for her according to her contracts and stuff. And the only thing that she could have did was team up with the next plant that was put out there because I don't think Suki was a plant, but I think she was the perfect, in a sense, the perfect.
Wait, Suki or Sex?
Suki.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing Suki on Jerry Springer before anything.
Okay, I never seen those.
Yeah, Suki was what we like to call a self-made star. She knew she was already gonna be somebody.
Right.
But going back what we talked about last week, depending on where you come from, you can only talk about certain things.
Right.
And Suki was from one of those places, But I just think it's crazy.
Like I said, it seemed like it's going from, but like I said, the guys still talking their stuff, except for now it's kind of like now it's the females too. Like it's really been a lot of real big aim towards the female audience, changing their image or making them feel like, or just seem a little fast paced. Because again, like how we said, like this is the first generation I ever seen with 16 and 14-year-olds with lashes and nails.
And where are the men at? I hate to say it, but where the men? I'm going to hear what the men got to say about it.
Got lashes on too. And nails. The men got nails and lashes on too. They're non-binaries and cherries too, so that's where they at.
Okay, so where are the men that's thinking about the little girls, the children? How about that?
None.
How about that? Because it's a lot of highlight on what we say, the hypersexualization. Wait, but Daddy around when I was growing up. That's why I'm mad and now I'm getting.
Yes, these daddies ain't trying to be around.
See, they would, but they was around then when that song came out because they wasn't hearing that. They wasn't hearing it. They even had the deadbeats coming out like that. You wait, goddamn. You wait. I was around. It was your mammy ain't one.
Your mammy ain't want me around. I was around, but your mammy ain't want me around. Okay.
Now you got the girl out there with the big stack of money and they gave STDs.
Yeah, like that.
Where are the
she lost me when
fathers?
she was saying that. Like when she started like fully glowing. I mean, I get that she could be open about the story.
Gave me STDs.
But and then it's a video, and now you got a picture again. But I don't know if it's a real picture because nowadays you can edit any picture, anything on it. But it's supposed to be a picture of her, and she got a bump right here. Trying to say something. That's just crazy. You just have no knowledge. It's just. But moving on from them. But again, just make sure you watch what you listen to. Watch what you listen to too. It's just a lot of demonic activity going on, spiritual warfare, and not just there. I also seen something too. It's not just spiritual warfare in our music, and it's not just attack on our food, but it's also attack on everyday items that we tamper with, when we attain, that we touch, from lotions to soaps to colognes to perfumes to hair and face products to laundry detergent, okay, to polyester. Please, guys, continue to just wear cotton. Okay, the polyester. Watch out for her.
No pun intended.
No pun intended, because it's just not chemical war. It's just not a chemical warfare on our food and our and I was saying is on literally everything, our everyday products, on everything we can pretty much touch. It's like chemical warfare. Like this is their way. This is the new war. This is the new war.
Yeah.
They're doing it through stuff in the air.
And it's easy.
Stuff in our products. Stuff in our food. Our candy. Everything. I have literally. And I'm thankful that God has helped me too, but I've really changed my appetite. My diet is different. I really don't indulge as much as I used to. I don't have snacks. I don't even keep snacks on the bed beside my bed no more, because everything is just, it's because these things are literally made to cause cancer and diseases in our bodies.
It's killing us. Point blank. Everything in America is made to kill you.
So just be mindful, guys. Do your own research when you can, but be mindful. Then, what did you
Speaking of research, did you guys know that the Vatican apologized? They apologized for colonizing the world with false doctrines. So there you have it. Don't shoot me. Don't come for me. Research it. I'm not making it up. Every week.
we real no, okay, real no.
Vatican apologizes for colonizing the world with false doctrine. No questions necessary.
Like you said, look. A lot of stuff is coming forth.
Everything.
A lot of things coming forth. And like I said, it's just funny because, speaking of the doctor, it's just funny because it seemed like even a lot of spiritual people and leaders, or just people, period, are just, their true colors are showing. These masks are falling off. Like how a lot of people, like that meme that we see that's been going around circulating, where it say, I hate knowing some of y'all because you're spiritual online but evil in person. And baby,
can we talk about the
increase? The increase in false prophets.
The increase in false delivery. The increase in false positivity. The increase in faking being nice. And faking.
Nice nasty.
No, it's not even nice. That's not even nice. It's just nasty. Because when the lights go off and everything comes down, then
but this is it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
It's a wolf at this point, because we know there are wolves. There are wolves.
But they're playing like they're good people, and I think this goes on so much. Like I said, social media has made it so bad where people really believe these false images they put on this online, and it's so messed up because again we're hearing, and it's only going forward into more of future and more technology and more ways that people can be lazy and don't have to go from here to there. So, like this, because I'm already even seeing how it's going to be the rise of virtual reality. Like how people are not going to know the difference between taking them glasses off and having them on.
I can believe it.
Because they're going to believe so much of what they see inside the glasses.
I can definitely believe it because I've had the gift of discernment for some years now.
Yes, and I'm finally accepting mine too.
And if a lot of you don't know what discernment is, get you some, find you some. But it's basically you knowing without needing an outside source. It's like
an inkling and gut feeling.
It's like the DNA pulling everything right in front of your eyes and showing you this equals this, without needing an outside confirmation. So I say that to say I even notice as I mature in years, catch. That is I get
okay,
older.
because I'm like, okay. because I'm getting younger. I'm getting younger.
As I mature in my years, I'm starting to. I find myself starting to question little things like, is that for real? Without it being cliche, like, is that for real? And I'm gonna just be transparent. Like, I was not aware of the whole non-binary and those type of people. So when I first started seeing the guys with the nails and the beards and the lashes and the makeup, that was one of those moments for me where I was like, okay. Things are changing before my eyes, and it's a real thing because it's happening in the world.
No judgment.
No judgment. It was just, it was something for my discernment to process. Even though I didn't know it was wrong because I can relate to it, it was very different just seeing something that I maybe thought of once upon a time in my life that probably didn't work for me. Now is working for other people.
Ain't that crazy? That is crazy because that is crazy. That's really crazy though. And I always said, I was be like, how did the world go into this place where everything is such and this is coming from a person of the community. Like what? Like literally because like I said, we came out at a time where we had to work hard for the money, work hard for me honey. And
it
like
was
we had to really work hard to be who we had to work hard to be who we are. Like we put the work in and which but I'm like I said, one thing I can't say, I'm not one of the people that I feel a kind of way that the new generation has it easier because I don't. I think that I'm glad to be one of the ones that is the reason for it being easier for a lot of these kids now because it's much easier. Yes, it can be a hard pill to swallow some days. You're like, damn, it got good. And you wish that you could have had these outlets at an earlier age. But again, still remember you're not old. You're not too old to still enjoy some of these fruits of this new labor too. Because baby, because I was just telling my sister, I was like, I'm living that this is a new era where a lot of us in our generation are going back to like getting themselves, getting their little selves together and doing them and going back getting their little touch ups or getting their little surge or just getting to their look or just taking care of themselves because everybody's not getting surgery. So a lot of people are really taking care of themselves and they're taking care of themselves because they're changing their diets. First of all, they're changing their minds because they're changing their minds first, which is helping them change everything else. Because again, that's all it is. How we tell y'all all the time. It start up here. When it gets to your mind, it affects everything else. And when you start, like I said, you start seeing the changes within yourself, what you start to eat, what you start to drink, who you start to be around, what you start to intake, what you start to say no to, what you start to say yes to, what you allow, what you don't. You know what I mean? It's just like, it really is a change.
And I know it sounds so fluid coming from Jordan, but one of the things that sometimes we forget to mention is that these things take time.
Yes.
They don't just happen. A lot of you probably sit back and that know me personally or know her personally and say, I might grimace and it's all right.
It's okay.
It's all right.
It's okay, baby.
It's not a read. It's a recognition that something
has
changed.
Yes.
Exactly. And it's all I had to say that.
We had to let them know that that's okay.
It's all
but
right.
You just ate that and I didn't, and it's so crazy because every time that even we knew that, just hearing it in this moment, it just hit. When people can notice that, it's a change.
Yeah, and that's all it is.
A real change.
It's not
I'm glad y'all noticed it.
It's not a riff. It's not drama. It's not she thinks she's. It's not that. It's just a change. And until we start accepting things for exactly what they are and not what we think they are, then maybe we'll just be all right.
And accept that people change. You're supposed to change. Life is supposed to be changing as you're going. You're not supposed to be the same. Anyone that you like, and it's not just about changing your look on the outside. Start changing your inside.
Because that exterior fades.
Yeah, the exterior fades. Yeah, that's why it's the spirit, but it's not going forever.
Right. As
the
long as
flesh is going back to the dust when it's all said and done. That's why you go underground. When you die, you're going back to the dust, baby. Going back to dust.
But live good from the inside out, because you're going to always radiate.
Yes, the spirit will always meet.
Love. You're going to
meet people before you meet them. It's going to always come out. Like I said, your spirit, like I said, that glow, that let's start being more passionate on working on the inside. And that goes for all of us. All of us.
Right.
Me and you. Like that's, but like I said, I'm kind of pride myself on being a person that already has taken that action though. You know, because I have been, even in my wild days, I've always been a good person inside. You know, and that's why, you know, people that even in my time, even in my turbulent time, people just like, this ain't, you know what I mean? Like people that recognize, like, this ain't you. Like, I know you, right? I know you better than that. Like, you know, I'm like, no judgment, but just know that you better than what you doing. You know,
and see, I'm sorry to interject, but that little piece right there, you letting me know that you've had people like that in your life, is a reflection that I've never had that, which is why I had this, you know, like let you know how I really, really feel about you all the time when those moments come out about, especially like how you were there for me this week. I never had that. I was always that person.
Like you said, always kind of, because you're so codependent. Well, not codependent, I'm sorry. You're so independent. You're hyper independent. And
yeah.
Excuse me. She's hyper. But like you said, but you had that, like you said, you also had that way about you too, where like you said, you also know how to accept certain things at this place now, I guess now. And that makes it easier for you. And I've noticed that. And I think that's probably what's been able, like you said, it's just over there. We don't have to talk about each other behind each other's bed. We can come right to each other and say things. And like I said, it's always been my spirit. Like you can talk to her about it, you know, because she hasn't ever had that. And seeing that it's coming from a genuine place, and you know it's coming from a genuine place, because we don't harbor on it, do. When we like, that's how you know a real friendship. Like, girl, like, what, it was over with the next day, girl. What, how you doing, girl? Like, it's a new day. Like, we never talk about that. And like I said, you took it on the chin, and we didn't talk about it again. And we don't even got to talk about it again after that. It's just, it is what it is. And I thank you for noticing that. But I always tell you too, I thank you for also being a person that can receive. And I also have to be ready for times where you will put me in my place and say, listen, you know, and I'm ready for that. You know what I mean? And it's time when you say certain things to me too, though. Even now, like you may not say it in no ways I say stuff to you, but there's some stuff that you say to me too that sticks, and then lets me know, hey, yeah, she right about that. Let me just tighten that up, or let me see what I can, or let me dwell in and see what maybe where I'm coming off a little bit wrong with it. But yeah, that's like we're going to be around people that mirror back to us the things that we need to work on and fix in healthy ways. And we all don't know it all. We all ain't got it right. We all still struggling to be what God has created us to be, to do the right things, to find our purpose, to make sure we're walking upright, even in a crazy world that's falling apart. But again, we got to start getting used to changing the narrative.
And accepting the fact that we cannot do it alone.
Yes! Oh my God.
We just can't do it
alone.
You know, whether it's, religiously, spiritually, or in the flesh with people. We just cannot do it alone. I'm gonna tell you what test I'm at in my life, and as reoccurring as this single test is, it's back again, and learning that it's me.
Why would you say it so stern?
Because that's just what it is. It's me, right? It's me. It's just like it's me the other day.
But this you honest. That's it. And that's all that matters. And that's gonna make you continue to grow so healthy. Like, girl, you just don't even know.
and the stuff that's producing.
And it's just crazy because I was just like, and it's like, I don't know. It was just a lot. But when I talked directly to the individual, you know, he just basically was like, look, now that you kind of, this is what happened, you see, for everything in me, I could not find something he did wrong. It was me. Yeah. It was me. So, you know, I'm learning, and the fact that I'm still learning, and that I'm willing to learn because I want to be better than me. I want to be, you know, I've already been better than the other versions.
Right.
You know, I don't want to stop that. I don't want to stop being better than me.
You gotta taste. So it's like, it's only up.
Yeah, it's only up, and I'm not going to. And I know I'm not going to keep going up without knowing my mistakes. You know, I saw. Not only do we need to be around people who are reflective, but I think that's it. Because I need people to tell me, like, tell me if I'm slipping. Tell me if I'm going too strong. Tell me if I can ease up and be comfortable. Yeah. Tell me I can relax. You know, because I'm prone to do that just out of the careness of my being. Yeah. Know? But it's refreshing to have that bang. And
even better. And not like I said, we never even had it, but they had it now. Because like I said, both of us are in stages where we're experiencing something new. Like we're experiencing newness, especially as far as friendship. Like what has fell apart, my old friendships that fell apart. I'm getting back all that love, all that respect, all that value, you know, all that all the stuff I was looking for in other stuff. I'm getting it back. In one person, within one person. Like I said, that's why I'm looking. They say I don't have to, you know, we don't have to do all that extra stuff because all I do is work on what continue to water what we already got. You know, continue to bear its fruit that other people will also see, and they say hopefully it will reflect the other see in the end. Like it's okay to cultivate healthy relationships between you. Like if you don't have, please stop cultivating relationships off of partying. It's not like, y'all, please. A good time is just a good time. Leave the fun at the club. Some same people that is at the club is not going to be the same people on your day-to-day when you're going through it. I seen a status the other day. Oh, my God. I seen a status the other day that said people have 10 sneaky links, but ain't got nobody to call when they $50 short on the bill, when they going through their when they mentally unstable, when they ain't got no place to go, or when it's this and that. But the only time these people is available when you got your behind open or your Gucci open or your it out, and that's the only times they're available. No,
that's true. It was that meme right there that I seen several months ago back when I was messing with Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And that's when I seen it. I'm like, oh, I gotta get better. Like,
it's all. I gotta get even in my personal experience too. Like someone,
I gotta get better, and not just saying it. Like, I gotta get better. Start saying that to yourself.
And stop it.
Because there's always room for improvement. Always.
Because another part of that mean too was saying stop allowing temptation to ruin solid relationships. Stop allowing stop. Like y'all, please, we too grown. And like I said, where is our men at? Where is our stand up women at? Where is y'all at, y'all? We can do it. Like we need our strong families back. We need our strong women back. We need our family unit. And need like the children need the father and the mother. Like it's no more just putting it on the father. There's no more just putting it on the mother. Like come on, guys.
No gender roles.
Yeah, no gender roles.
We all doing what needs to be done. What needs to be done. Just that. Like it's that time. We are the adults.
And if y'all could be out here having sex, please strap it up and stop dumping in these men. Stop jumping in these women if you're not ready for responsibility. And women, stop opening your legs and letting these men do it if you're not ready either. And stop these unstable men. Y'all keep dealing with unstable, emotionally unstable men. And y'all wonder why they like, come on, everybody need help. At this point, we have, especially since 2020, we have all went through a transformation. Whether it be good or bad, it's up to you which way you wanted to go. But everybody needs a little reminder. So, anyway, we had a great time today, you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. And again, make sure you guys check us out every Tuesday and every Wednesday. Tuesdays is the days that
you can put
audio is out.
Audio, your amp
on every listening platform. And on Wednesdays we drop at 5:30 on YouTube. We're on Instagram at Transparent Energy.
We're on Facebook at Transparent Energy.
Philly Podcast. And yes,
emails, DMs are open too.
yes, and we have also our own personal pages. Jordan Brown and Baby Dubois. Baby Dubois. So, guys, again, thank you for tuning in with your favorite hostesses and the Mostesses,
Lady Baby D
and Jordan B. And again, do something positive for someone else besides yourself this week. Share love, spread light,
and not your legs.
and stop spreading your legs. Yeah,
Take
stop spreading your legs. Take accountability.